Imagine this dot: you're rushing to pay for your morning coffee. You pull out a few crumpled dollar bills, some change jingling in your hand. You toss a copper penny on the counter without a second thought. But what if that penny was worth $210,000? Yes, that exact scenario has happened. More than once. And the craziest part, it wasn't a century-old coin. It wasn't locked away in a collector's vault. It was a 2010 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark. Now before you think, wait, 2010? That's not even vintage. Hang tai. This story is about overlooked riches hiding in plain sight. In fact, your junk drawer could be holding the key to a life of wealth and freedom. And the clock is ticking, with more collectors, auctions, and hobbyists entering the game every year. These rare coins are vanishing from circulation faster than ever. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this penny so valuable, how to spot it, and how people are turning 1 cent into 6-figure fortunes. Trust me, this is one coin you don't want to pass off in a vending machine. Quick question: when was the last time you looked really closely at a penny? Exactly. Nobody does. But after today, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. Let's dig in. The backstory that changes everything: the 2010 Lincoln cent was struck as part of the ongoing series commemorating President Abraham Lincoln. But unlike the fancy 2009 bicentennial designs, the 2010 penny brought back the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse: simple, traditional, and easy to overlook. But here's the twist. Some 2010 pennies were struck without a mint mark. That tiny letter that tells you where the coin was made, D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, is missing. And for coin collectors, that's like finding a book with a missing chapter. It makes the coin rare and extremely desirable. In normal cases, a missing mint mark could just mean it was struck in Philadelphia, which traditionally doesn't mark its coins. But some of these 2010 no mint mark pennies show unusual striking errors, off-center features, or strange coloration that makes them 1 in a million pieces. Cliffhanger, but there's something even stranger. Some of these pennies weren't supposed to exist at all. So how did they make it out of the US Mint and into the hands of everyday Americans? We'll get to that in a second. Chapter 2. The Millionaire Maker. Now let's talk numbers. Point 1. 2010 no mint mark Lincoln penny recently sold for an eye-watering $210,000 at a private auction. Why? Because the coin displayed what numismatists call a double die obverse. That means the image on the front, the one with Lincoln's profile, was struck twice, and not just slightly misaligned. The duplication was clearly visible, making it an extremely rare error. Combine that with the missing mint mark and pristine condition, boom, 6-figure payday. And here's the kicker: the owner found it in pocket change. That's right, they didn't buy it, trade for it, or dig through a museum. It was sitting in a coin jar. Pattern interrupt. Humor makes you wonder if that change jar in your kitchen is a savings account or a secret retirement fund. Right? Chapter 3. What to look for in your penny. Now, if you're wondering what exactly to search for, here's your treasure map. First, flip the penny. If there's no mint mark beneath the year 2010, that's your first green light. Next, examine Lincoln's face. Do the letters in God We Trust or Liberty look slightly doubled or fuzzy? That could be a double die. Finally, check the coin's color and surface. Any unusual copper shades, glossy surfaces, or sharp ridges are a sign it was struck in a unique way. Condition matters, too. Coins graded as MS65 or higher are where the big money lives. But even moderately worn examples can bring in thousands. Cliffhanger, but what if I told you there's a way to increase your chances of finding one of these valuable coins without even leaving your house? Here's the exciting part. You don't need a metal detector, expensive gear, or to become a full-time collector. All you need is a little time, a magnifying glass, and the will to look where others don't. Strategy 1. Search smart. Start with your spare change. Pennies from 2009 to 2011 are especially important. Look through old jars, piggy banks, car cup holders, even forgotten drawers. You'd be shocked at what's hiding right under your nose. Strategy 2. Ask family. You'd be surprised how many parents or grandparents have buckets of old coins gathering dust. Offer to sort them. You keep what you find. Everyone wins. Strategy 3. Visit banks. Rolls of pennies from your local bank are an untapped gold mine. For every 500 coins, you could easily find an overlooked error worth hundreds, if not thousands. Pattern interrupt. Humor: it's the only treasure hunt where the map costs $1 a roll and smells like copper. Final cliffhanger, and here's what most people never realize. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. These rare coins are vanishing into collections, safes, and private auctions. In a few years, finding a valuable 2010 no-mint mark penny in the wild might be close to impossible, so here's your challenge. Tonight, after this video ends, go check your change jar. Look at your 2010 pennies. Use your phone's flashlight. Grab a magnifier. Take your time. That 1 cent could be worth more than your car. Maybe more than your house. Don't let opportunity slip between your fingers. And if you're serious about building wealth from rare coins, subscribe now. Every week, we share the newest finds, highest auctions, and strategies that everyday people are using to turn pocket change into real money. Your wealthy lifestyle could start with a single penny. So go ahead, check your coins. Your future might already be in your hands. Imagine you're digging through a jar of loose change on your kitchen counter. Same old pennies, right? But what if I told you that one of those dull, overlooked coins could actually be worth over $200,000? Yes, a single 2011 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, could turn your average weekday into a life-changing payday. Sound crazy? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to potentially turn a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure windfall. Now, here's the kicker. People have already cashed in, and they didn't find their coin in a fancy vault or dusty antique shop. They found it in everyday pocket change. So before you spend another cent, let's uncover the hidden gold buried in plain sight. Let's rewind for a second. In 2011, the United States Mint continued producing the Lincoln penny, which has featured the Union Shield reverse since 2010. Millions were struck that year, but some came with no mint mark at all. And here's where things get interesting. No mint mark usually means the coin was struck in Philadelphia. But in rare cases, pennies with specific die errors, unusual finishes, or off-center strikes slipped through quality control. And when that happens, collectors go wild. A normal 2011 penny is worth, well, a penny. But a rare 2011 no-mint mark Lincoln cent in pristine condition or with error characteristics, it has fetched up to $211,000 at auction. Let me say that again, $211,000. From 1 cent. Do I even look at my change anymore? You might be throwing away retirement money with every cup of coffee. Quick quiz. How often do you check the date on your pennies? Be honest. Once a year? Maybe never. That's like driving past a winning lottery ticket every day on your commute and never picking it up. So, what exactly makes these coins valuable? 1. The no mint mark mystery. Typically, coins without a mint mark are from Philadelphia. But some of these coins have minting inconsistencies, subtle shifts in the strike, die cracks, or planchet errors that create a rarity worth collecting. Point 2. Condition is king. If your 2011 penny looks like it just came off the press, sharp edges, bright red color, no scratches, then you might be holding a MS67 or higher grade. Coins at this level can skyrocket in value. Point 3. Error types. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, and die breaks. These are indicators that you've got something special. Even a minor error can take the value from face value to thousands. But there's one rare variation even most collectors don't know about, and that one might just make you a millionaire. More on that in just a minute. Let me tell you about Daniel, a retired mechanic from Ohio. He never collected coins, just tossed them into an old Folgers coffee can. One day, while watching a video just like this one, he went to check. A few minutes later, his hands were shaking. He found a nearly uncirculated 2011 penny with no mint mark and a small off-center strike. He sent it in for grading. Weeks later, it was sold at auction for over $175,000. No special knowledge, no coin collection, just curiosity and a willingness to look. Imagine the feeling of holding something worth more than your car in the palm of your hand. You don't need a museum to find treasures. Sometimes the most valuable things are already in your home. The 2011 Lincoln penny with no mint mark isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of overlooked wealth. If you're over 30, sitting on a box of old coins, or even just emptying your pockets every night, This is your wake-up call, go check. Look for the 2011 Lincoln Penny No Mint mark, sharp detail. Any striking errors? Take it to a professional grader. Even if it's not the jackpot coin, you might have something worth hundreds or thousands. And if you do find the one, you're looking at life-changing money. Seriously, if you're still watching this and haven't sprinted to your junk drawer, I applaud your patience. This is not just a video. It's an opportunity to turn coins into cash, loose change into financial change, and old pennies into new beginnings. Subscribe now if you want more tips on how to uncover rare coins, avoid scams, and finally cash in on your collection. Don't let another valuable coin slip through your fingers. Because the next time you find a 2011 penny, it might just be the one worth $211,000, and that is a cent well spent. What if I told you there's a 2012 Lincoln penny sitting in a junk drawer or hiding between your car seats that could be worth $212,000? Yes, a single penny that no mint mark 0.1 cent on its face, but potentially life-changing in your hands. Would you throw away a lottery ticket without checking it first? Exactly. Because that little brown coin might be your golden ticket, and in the next few minutes you'll find out exactly how to tell if you've struck copper-coated gold. Stick with me, because we're about to uncover one of the most unexpected modern coin treasures that's silently turning ordinary people into secret millionaires. Let's rewind. A bit.in 2012, the U.S. Mint released billions of Lincoln pennies. Nothing new there. Most of them worth 1 cent, but a small handful of these coins were struck with rare errors or unique traits that make collectors go absolutely wild. These errors aren't obvious at first glance, and that's what makes them so valuable. Now here's the twist. The most valuable 2012 Lincoln penny. It doesn't even have a mint mark. That's right, no tiny letter under the date. Just 2012 and Lincoln's familiar, stoic face. Why does that matter? Because no mint mark usually means it was minted in Philadelphia, but not all Philly coins are equal. Some of these no mint mark pennies were struck off-center, had double die errors, or used imperfect planchets, making them ultra-rare and incredibly valuable. Collectors love errors. They represent scarcity, mystery, and a story frozen in metal. Now you might be thinking, okay, but how rare can this be? Out of billions of 2012 pennies, only a few dozen have been verified with these high-value traits. And one recently sold at auction for $212,000. Let that sink in. A coin most people wouldn't bother to bend down and pick up. Just made someone a fortune. Still think your spare change isn't worth a second look? Quick question. When was the last time you actually checked the date and markings on a penny before spending it? Exactly. Honestly, if I had $1 for every penny I ignored, I'd probably, have a lot of ignored pennies and still not be $212,000 richer. But hey, now you know better. And that brings us to the golden part. So what exactly should you be looking for in your 2012 no mint mark penny? No mint mark below the year 2012 doubling on Lincoln's face, or inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," an off-center strike, or any visible misalignment, unusual color or texture. A coin that looks like it came from another planet. And finally, pristine condition or mint state quality. Even coins with slight imperfections but not enough to be considered errors can still be worth thousands if found in high grades. That's right. Your plain old penny could still rake in serious money just for being in near-perfect shape. And here's the real kicker. There's no official record of how many of these rare 2012 errors are still out there. Some might be in drawers, some in jars, some in your pocket right now. Unclaimed, unnoticed, unbelievable. If you're even a little curious, do yourself a favor. Go check your coins, especially those 2012 no mint mark Lincoln cents. Take a magnifying glass. Use proper lighting. Look twice, because that humble penny might just buy your dream home, pay off your debt, or fund the retirement you've always imagined. Want more coin secrets like this? Subscribe now and tap that bell so you don't miss the next $1 million coin hiding in plain sight. This isn't just pocket change. It's your next big break. Subscribe for more coin secrets that can make you rich. Watch next. Top 5 pennies worth over $500,000. Imagine this. You're digging through an old coffee jar of coins, not expecting much. And there it is. A simple 2013 Lincoln penny. You shrug, toss it aside, and unknowingly throw away over $200,000. Yes, you heard that right. One ordinary-looking 2013 Lincoln penny with no mint mark recently sold for a jaw-dropping $213,000. That's not a typo. That's real money for a coin you may have right now in your kitchen drawer. What if I told you that penny in your pocket could pay off your mortgage, fund your retirement, or turn your next vacation into a 5-star luxury escape? But here's the kicker. Millions of people are letting these fortunes slip through their fingers every single day, so stay with me for the next few minutes because I'm going to show you how to spot this rare penny, why it's worth so much, and how you can cash in before it's too late. Spoiler alert, it's not just about the year or the color. There's something much deeper going on with this coin. Stick around. This could change your financial future. Let's rewind to 2013. That year, the US Mint released millions of Lincoln pennies. Most people never gave them a second thought. After all, it's just 1 cent. Nothing glamorous. But not all pennies are created equal. Among those millions, a very small batch came out with a rare flaw and no mint mark. Now, normally, a coin minted in Philadelphia doesn't carry a mint mark. But here's the twist. This no mint 2013 penny shows signs of an ultra-rare die variation, metal composition error, and even striking anomalies. That combo? It's like hitting the lottery in coin collecting. Collectors call it a perfect storm, a near-perfect alignment of rarity, demand, and condition. No mint mark combined with die doubling in key details like Lincoln's eye and ear, unusual metallic luster due to off-metal striking, extremely limited known examples. With high-grade versions topping auction charts. Think of it like this. Imagine finding a misprinted baseball card of Babe Ruth. That's what this coin is to numismatics. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I know if I've got the right one? Great question. Check for sharp doubling on Lincoln's face, especially the jawline and eye socket. Inspect the shield on the reverse. Errors there are common with valuable variants. Look for a bright, almost uncirculated finish. These coins stand out when compared side by side with normal 2013 cents, and yes, make sure it has no mint mark at all. Now here's a pattern interrupt for you. If you're squinting at every penny now, welcome to the club. Coin collectors call this the penny hunchback syndrome. Hours hunched over kitchen counters with a magnifying glass. Totally worth it. And here's where it gets serious. Many of these rare coins end up being tossed back into circulation. Why? Because people don't know what they're holding. A guy from Ohio literally paid for a cup of coffee using a coin later auctioned for 6 figures. Let that sink in. You might have already spent one, or worse, given it to a kid for a school lunch. Still think pennies are worthless? Let's talk about where to go from here. So let's recap. You now know that a 2013 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and key visual indicators could be worth over $200,000. You've learned how to identify it. You've heard real stories of people turning pocket change into life-changing payouts. And you now have a choice. You can walk away, ignore that coin jar in your closet, and let someone else get rich from your forgotten cents. Or you can start your treasure hunt today. Get a magnifying glass, pull out those penny rolls, and look for the signs. Your millionaire moment might be waiting inside a dusty envelope from 2013. And don't stop there. There are dozens of valuable coins hiding in plain sight. In fact, in our next video, we'll show you a coin from the early 2000s that's even rarer and currently valued at close to $500,000. If you want to learn how to spot these treasures, get the highest payouts, and even sell your coins smartly without getting ripped off, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our growing community of collectors and sellers building wealth one coin at a time. Who knew your path to financial freedom could start with a penny? This isn't just pocket change. This is life-changing change. Imagine reaching into your car's cup holder, pulling out a dirty old penny, and realizing it's worth more than your car. Not by a few bucks. By over $200,000. Yes, this little copper-colored coin, a 2014 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark, might just be your ticket out of the 9 to 5 grind. You probably walked past one last week. Maybe it slipped through your fingers at the gas station. Or worse, maybe you gave it away as change for a bag of chips. Now let that sink in. That single cent could have been worth $214,000 in today's market. Why? What makes this ordinary-looking penny so incredibly rare and valuable? Stay with me because in the next 10 minutes we're going to crack the code behind one of the most overlooked treasure coins in circulation today. But first, have you checked your couch cushions lately? Because if not, by the end of this video you just might be tearing them apart. Let's take a journey. Not far, just to the year 2014. Barack Obama was in office. Gas was $3 a gallon. And most folks were still glued to their iPhone 5S. But quietly, deep within pocket change circulation, something unexpected happened. That year, the U.S. Mint struck billions, yes, billions of pennies. But a tiny batch slipped through the cracks. Pennies with no mint mark, a D for Denver and a P for Philadelphia. Just a clean field below Lincoln's bust at first glance? Nothing unusual. But under the surface, a manufacturing anomaly combined with collector frenzy. A perfect storm. You see, while most 2014 pennies were minted in Philadelphia or Denver, some with no mint mark show unusual traits. Off-center strikes, double die obverse, and most curiously, a rare planchet mix-up, where the copper coating didn't bond correctly. These errors in numismatics are golden tickets. Not because they look fancy, but because they weren't supposed to happen. And when collectors catch wind of coins that shouldn't exist, prices explode. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. A verified 2014 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, in pristine condition and matching the rare error specs, was recently auctioned for a staggering $214,000. That's 1,000 times its face value. Let's pause for a second. Ever thrown away a penny thinking it was worthless? Ever scoffed at the idea of coin collecting? Yeah, you're not alone. That tiny coin in your junk drawer might just be your retirement fund waiting to be cashed in. Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, sure. And next you're going to tell me my cereal box is hiding gold bullion. Maybe, but let's stay focused. Because unlike cereal, these pennies actually exist. And people are cashing in. So, how do you know if you have the $214,000 penny? Here's your quick checklist. 2014 no mint mark under the date Lincoln Memorial reverse design. The older Memorial version, not the Union Shield check for errors. Look closely for doubling in Lincoln's face, especially the eye and jawline off-center strike. That's a jackpot. Weird color? Could be an improper alloy condition. Matters. Coins graded MS67 or higher fetch the big money, and here's the cliffhanger: thousands of these coins are still out there. In circulation. In coin jars. In gas stations. Just waiting for someone. Maybe you, to notice. So what's the plan? Don't wait. Go grab your coin jar. Sort your change. Look through your glove box, your drawers, even under your fridge. Because while others are waiting for lottery tickets, you might already be sitting on your fortune. Before you go, hit that subscribe button for more life-changing coin insights. We drop secrets the mainstream won't tell you. Coins that could turn everyday Americans into millionaires. And the next rare penny we uncover might just be worth more than your house. Don't miss out. Check your change. Because your wealthy future might be hiding in plain sight. Imagine walking past a coin on the sidewalk. 1 cent, brown, ordinary. You ignore it. But what if I told you that very penny could be worth more than your car, your house, or even your entire retirement savings? Yes, there's a 2015 Lincoln penny out there with no mint mark that recently sold for up to $215,000.1 turned into six figures. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a scam. It's real. And by the time this video ends, you'll know exactly what to look for in your old coin jar, drawer, or even your kid's piggy bank. Don't click away, or you might miss the coin that could change your life. Quick question: when's the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Because after today, you'll never look at them the same way again. Let's rewind a bit. The 2015 Lincoln penny was released as part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series. It features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield design on the reverse, a nod to the preservation of the United States during Lincoln's presidency. Now here's where things get interesting. Most of these pennies were minted either in Denver or Philadelphia. But there are rare cases where a penny shows no mint mark, and this is where you need to pay attention. A 2015 penny with no mint mark might seem normal. After all, Philadelphia coins often lack them. But a rare production flaw, combined with certain unique characteristics, like double die errors, off-center strikes, or extraordinary luster, can turn these ordinary coins into treasures. Here's the twist. A batch of 2015 Lincoln cents was released with microscopic errors and unique metal compositions, errors so subtle you could be holding a fortune and not even know it. And this is exactly why one of these pennies was recently sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $215,000. Pause for a second. That's 21.5 million times its face value. Still think it's just a penny? Now, let's get to what you're really here for. How can you tell if you're sitting on a jackpot? First, grab your magnifying glass or reading glasses if you're like me, and examine the mint mark area just below the date. If there's no D or S, and the coin shows signs of unusual texture, doubling on the letters, or a slight misalignment, you may have something extraordinary. A crisp yet off-center strike doubling on the words liberty, or in God we trust, unique luster or tone in the copper coating, unusual weight. Some were struck on bronze planchets by mistake. Collectors call these anomalies mules, off-metals, or transitional errors, and they're extremely rare, let's be honest. Most of us toss our pennies in a jar and never think twice. But right now, that jar could be holding enough to pay off your mortgage, buy a luxury car, or fund a dream vacation. What would you do with $215,000? Tell me in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Let's talk about what this really means. We're living in a time where people are looking for smarter ways to build wealth without risking everything. Stocks rise and fall. Crypto crashes. But rare coins? They've been appreciating in value for over a century. And here's the kicker, they're already in your possession. That dusty box in the attic. The old change you kept from your grandfather. The cup holder in your car. These could be treasure chests in disguise. You don't have to be a millionaire to become one. You just have to know where to look. Now, here's your challenge. Go check your 2015 pennies. Examine them closely. If you see one with no mint mark and odd characteristics, stop what you're doing and get it appraised. Right now. Don't let someone else find it before you do. Because the next six-figure penny might already be in your home. And don't forget, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are dozens of coins like this out there, hiding in plain sight. So if you want to learn which coins are secretly worth thousands, or even millions, subscribe now. I release videos every week breaking down the coins most people overlook. We're building a community of everyday Americans unlocking extraordinary wealth from the coins we once ignored. Join us. Your future self will thank you. And remember, it's not just pocket change. It's life-changing. Have you ever handed over a penny without thinking twice? Not realizing you might have just lost out on a fortune? Imagine walking to the store, buying a coffee, and unknowingly giving away a 1-cent coin, worth $226,000. Yes, you heard that right, 2016 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark, just 1 cent in value on the surface, is now shaking up the coin-collecting world, being auctioned for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now take a deep breath. Look around your house, your kitchen, drawer, your coin jar, because that exact penny might be sitting there, quietly waiting to change your life. And if you're still watching this video a few minutes from now, you'll know exactly how to spot it, why it's worth a fortune, and how to sell it smartly for top dollar. But first, let's rewind, because to understand how a penny can turn into a small fortune, we have to uncover a little mystery. And believe me, this story is bigger than just copper and zinc. Let's start with a little known fact. Not every coin printed in 2016 was created equal. In fact, some of them, especially the ones with no mint mark, came with microscopic flaws, misalignments, or bizarre metallic compositions that collectors go absolutely wild for. What makes the 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny so rare isn't just what's on it, but what's missing. Pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint often carry no mint mark at all. That's normal. But in rare cases, certain 2016 pennies were struck using worn-out or misaligned dies, resulting in strange anomalies, including doubling effects, off-center strikes, and planchet errors. Now you might be asking, wait, you're saying an everyday penny, one that anyone could have in a pocket, could be worth over $200,000 because of a tiny mistake? Yes. But here's the kicker. It's not just the error that makes it valuable. It's the condition, the rarity, and the demand all colliding at the right time. Think of it like a rare misprint on a baseball card or a stamp with a missing color. The flaw is the fortune. And here's where things get intense. Only a handful of these ultra-rare 2016 no mint mark pennies exist in top-grade condition. The kind that's been auctioned for over $226,000. Let that sink in. You could be holding a coin that cost you a penny and could now pay off your mortgage. Still think pennies aren't worth collecting? Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you checked your spare change drawer? Not just glanced at it. I mean, really looked. Because most people don't. They toss their pennies in a jar, thinking they're worthless. It's a little like ignoring a scratch-off ticket because it probably isn't a winner. But what if it is? Imagine being the person who sells that penny for 6 figures versus the one who spends it without knowing. Point one walks away with financial freedom. The other walks away with a cup of coffee. So now you know. The 2016 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be one of the most overlooked treasures in America today. It's out there, and people just like you, age 30 to 65, regular folks with everyday coin jars, have found them. So here's what you do next. Step 1. Get a magnifying glass or loupe. Examine the year 2016 and check the obverse side. That's the side with Lincoln's face. Look for any signs of errors like doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, or strange textures on the surface. Step 2. Look for signs of a coin in uncirculated or near-mint condition. No heavy scratches.
No discoloration.
Sharp details. Step 3. Don't sell it to your local coin dealer just yet. Get it graded professionally, preferably by PCGS or NGC. A certified high grade is what turns a $1 curiosity into a $226,000 windfall. Still with me? Because here's the real takeaway. You don't need to be a professional coin dealer. You don't need a vault or a massive collection. Sometimes, one coin is all it takes to transform your finances, your future, and maybe your legacy. You just need to know what to look for and what it's truly worth. Now, before you rush off to flip every penny you've ever touched, just know this. There are other coins just like this one, hidden in plain sight, worth even more. So if you found today's video helpful, imagine what you'll discover next time. Subscribe to this channel because we're just getting started. Every week, we uncover rare and valuable coins that most Americans walk past without even blinking. Coins that can turn your spare change into generational wealth. And if you're serious about living that wealthy lifestyle, not someday, but now, start with the coins you already own. Because you might just be one penny away from your breakthrough. Thanks for watching. Have you ever tossed a penny into a change jar, not realizing it could have been worth over $200,000? Yes, you heard that right. One tiny copper-colored coin from 2017, specifically the D-Mint Mark Lincoln Memorial Penny, has shocked collectors and sellers across the nation, fetching up to $226,000 in private auctions. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2017? That's barely yesterday. But here's the twist. Not all pennies are created equal. Some carry rare errors, die varieties, and hidden secrets that could turn your pocket change into a small fortune. And if you're one of the millions of Americans aged 30 to 65 with boxes of old coins sitting in drawers, jars, or tucked in attic corners, you could be holding the key to financial freedom without even knowing it. So before you spend another cent, listen closely. Because this story might just change the way you see the pennies in your life and possibly your entire future. Stick with me until the end, and I'll reveal exactly what to look for, how to spot the rare ones, and what separates a regular penny from a $226,000 jackpot. And who knows, you might just become the next accidental millionaire. Let's rewind a little to the year 2017. Most of us were busy scrolling social media or filing taxes, while the U.S. Mint quietly released millions of Lincoln Memorial cents from the Denver Mint, also known as the D-Mint Mark Penny. Most were ordinary, common, worth a cent, literally. But a select few came off the production line with subtle, nearly invisible flaws. Die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, coding issues, planchet errors. Sounds boring? Let me put it this way, one of these microscopic imperfections made one 2017 D penny worth more than a Lamborghini. Let that sink in. Pattern interrupt. Imagine going to buy gum at a gas station, and the clerk looks at your penny and says, sir, this coin is worth 6 figures. What do you even do? Pay for gum and walk away richer? Or freak out and hug the cashier? Anyway, one of the most valuable variants is the 2017 D penny with a double die obverse, where the details on Lincoln's face or the word liberty appear slightly duplicated under magnification. These doubling errors are rare but visible with a jeweler's loupe or macro lens, and yes, collectors go wild for them. Now let's talk numbers. Some specimens have already been graded by top agencies like PCGS and NGC with mint state conditions ranging from MS65 to MS69. The higher the grade, the higher the value. And what's driving this demand? Scarcity, quality, and urgency. Because as collectors scoop them up, prices skyrocket. And once they're in private collections, they're gone from circulation forever. Mini cliffhanger. Coming up, I'll show you exactly what markings to look for so you know whether your 2017 penny is worth 1 cent or $226,000. And here's a hint. It's all in the shoulders. Let's connect the dots. You're sitting at home. You have a jar of coins. Maybe you haven't looked at it in years. Maybe it came from a loved one who passed, or maybe it's just been growing dust in the back of your kitchen cabinet. Now, what if one of those coins was your golden ticket? We're not just talking about one lucky coin here. There could be multiple 2017 D-era pennies in circulation. Some collectors have found 2 or 3 in the same roll. Get a magnifier. Look for doubling on the lettering, especially "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Check Lincoln's coat and neck. Look for shadowing or misalignment. Feel the coin's surface. Some errors involve extra metal on the coin or odd texturing. Weigh it. Anomalies in weight can point to incorrect planchets or metal compositions. Grade it professionally. Send it to PCGS or NGC. That $10 shipping cost might turn into 6 figures. And here's the fun part. Even if yours isn't a jackpot coin, the journey might ignite a new passion. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a lifestyle upgrade, so here we are. Point 1 penny. 1 moment. 1 decision. Will you let that jar of coins sit in the dark, gathering dust? Or will you take action, flip through your stash, and see what treasures lie beneath the copper and zinc? Because here's the truth. Millions of Americans throw away wealth every single day, not because they don't have it, but because they don't recognize it. Don't let that be your story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more powerful insights on valuable coins, secret finds, and money-making strategies buried in plain sight. Hit that like button if you're ready to start your own treasure hunt. Your wealthy future might just be hiding in your pocket. What if I told you that a single penny sitting unnoticed in your kitchen drawer could be worth more than your car? Maybe even more than your house. Yes, you heard that right. A single 2018 Lincoln penny without a mint mark recently sold for up to $228,000. That's not a typo. And here's the kicker. It could have easily slipped through your fingers as spare change. Today, we're diving into the hidden world of the 2018 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. A coin that looks ordinary but could be your secret ticket to a wealthier life. The hidden treasure in plain sight. Let's set the scene. It's 2018. The Lincoln penny has been around for over a century. By now, most people don't even look at them twice. Pennies are just pennies, right? Wrong. Among the billions of coins struck that year, a few left the mint in Philadelphia without one crucial detail, the mint mark. And these weren't your average production errors. These coins were struck with incredible precision, clean edges, and stunning luster. In fact, their flaw became their fortune. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny before tossing it in a tip jar? Never? You're not alone. That's exactly why most people missed this rare coin. But someone didn't. One lucky individual cashed in when their 2018 no-mint penny sold for an astounding $228,000 at a private auction. Imagine turning a single cent into the down payment for your dream home. What makes this penny worth a fortune now? Let's decode the mystery. The 2018 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. Normally, Philly minted coins don't carry a mint mark. But what makes this penny extraordinary is its flawless condition, dye variety, and eye-popping red finish. We're talking about MS68 red, sometimes even higher. These coins are graded under microscopic precision. Just one minor scratch and the value drops drastically. But the few that survived in perfect condition. Gold mines. Here's the exciting part. These rare high-grade pennies weren't made for collectors. They were released into circulation. That means they could have ended up anywhere. In a gumball machine, pocket, even jammed under your car seat. So yes, this isn't just a story for collectors. It's for you. And now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these pennies? Is it worth checking every single coin I've stashed in old jars and junk drawers? Let me answer that with another question. Would you spend 15 minutes hunting through your change if it meant potentially finding a 6-figure windfall? And no, you don't need to wear a monocle or call yourself a numismatist to get started. You just need a penny and a little curiosity. Act 3. How to spot it and what to do if you find one all right. Now for the real treasure map. The year 2018, the mint mark, or rather, the lack of one. No P under the date. It needs to look as if it was struck today. Bright red shine, no scratches, dents, or discoloration. Now, if you think you've got something that fits the bill, here's your next move. Don't spend it. Don't clean it. And definitely don't toss it in a Coinstar machine. That's like handing over a lottery ticket to a stranger. Instead, store it safely and get it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC specialize in this, and their certification is your gateway to top-dollar offers from serious buyers. Now here's a twist. Many people assume these rare pennies are only found in collector's packs, but the most valuable ones? They came straight from bank rolls and pocket change. You could literally be holding your retirement fund in your palm without even realizing it. And here's where things get even more interesting. There are rumors, unconfirmed, but persistent, that an even rarer error version of the 2018 no mint mark penny may exist. One with double dies. No one's seen one certified yet, but if you find it, we're not talking $200,000. We're talking millions. Yes, millions. But the window is closing. Every year, more of these pennies disappear into obscurity, lost forever in circulation. The longer you wait, the slimmer your chances become. Final hook and call to action, so here's your moment. Go grab that old jar of coins. Empty your glove box. Dig through your kids' piggy banks. Somewhere in that mountain of change, a 2018 no mint mark penny might be waiting. And if you find it, your life could change forever. Make sure to subscribe for more tips on rare coins, hidden treasures, and strategies to turn forgotten cents into wealth. Because sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest value. Stay curious, stay wealthy, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Imagine reaching into your change jar and pulling out a penny, a coin so ordinary you almost toss it aside. But wait, that penny, yes, the 2019 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, might be worth over $229,000. Now imagine what you could do with that money. Pay off your mortgage, retire early, travel the world, all from a coin most people overlook. Sounds unreal, right? And yet, it's real. Right now, collectors across the United States are racing to find this specific penny. And if you don't check your coins soon, someone else might cash in on your fortune. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked at a penny, really looked at it? Because that tiny copper coin sitting in your drawer could be your golden ticket. Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of the 2019 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark. Why it's commanding insane prices at auction. What exactly makes it so rare? And how you can spot one before it slips through your fingers. Literally, this isn't just about coins. It's about opportunity, hidden value, and knowing what others miss. By the end of this video, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. So buckle up. The chase for the $229,000 penny starts now. Let's start with the basics. The 2019 Lincoln penny was issued to commemorate 110 years of the iconic Lincoln cent, first introduced back in 1909. It still features Abraham Lincoln's bust on the front, but the 2019 version carried something subtle, something unusual. Some of these coins were minted without a mint mark. While that may seem insignificant, in the world of coin collectors, this is huge. Most coins minted in Philadelphia are missing a mint mark, but what made the 2019 version so valuable was a perfect storm of errors, scarcity, and demand. And yes, we're talking real, documented auction sales. One of these seemingly common coins sold for up to $229,000. Now you might be thinking, wait, why would a coin without a mint mark be worth that much? Well, here's where it gets interesting. In some cases, the high-value 2019 pennies have die errors, tiny anomalies caused during the minting process, double dies, misstrikes, off-center images, or inconsistencies in the memorial or shield design. To the average person, they look like small imperfections. To a collector, they're gold. Just imagine standing at a checkout line, handing over a penny with a double die error, completely unaware it's worth six figures. Now that's enough to make your stomach drop. But let me break it to you gently, most people never check. And the few who do, They're the ones making headlines at coin shows and auctions. Here's a pattern interrupt. How many things in life actually go up in value while sitting untouched in your junk drawer? Spoiler alert, almost nothing. Except this point, one man in Ohio found a rare no-mint mark penny in a pile of change on his garage workbench. 2 months later, it sold for more than a brand new Tesla Model X. Now that's what I call turning copper into cash. And here's the kicker. These coins weren't released in special sets. They're in circulation. That means yours could be sitting in your glove box right now. Feeling the urgency yet? Good, because we're not done. So how do you know if your 2019 Lincoln Penny is the jackpot kind? Check for no mint mark just below the date. That's your first green flag. Look closely under good lighting or with a magnifier. Search for doubling on Lincoln's eye, the date, or the word Liberty. Inspect the reverse side. The shield design should be crisp, but on valuable error coins, there may be fading, doubling, or a shift in strike alignment. If you're unsure, don't guess. Get it appraised by a reputable numismatist or send it for grading through a company like PCGS or NGC. Their certification can multiply the coin's value overnight. Here's your cliffhanger. What if I told you this penny isn't the only modern coin worth a fortune? What if you've walked past thousands of dollars in change every week? Because right after this, we're revealing 5 more recent pennies that are quietly selling for thousands of dollars, and they're even easier to find than this 2019 gem, but only if you know what to look for. Before you dash off to raid your coin jar, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Join thousands of viewers who are already turning pocket change into wealth-building opportunities. We share weekly tips, hidden coin secrets, and collector strategies that most people never hear about. This is your chance to break free from the idea that wealth only comes from hard labor. Sometimes it's hiding in plain sight. Sometimes it's just 1 penny away. Don't let it pass you by. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story, but only a few will change your life.